Hello and welcome to my solo bolt action game. The time period is going to be 1944, somewhere in France. I have my American forces here. They're all regulars. I have one squad here. It's a little over strength there, 11 guys. I have a second squad here. Okay, I have a third squad here with the bazooka. The only bazooka, no, not true. I got another bazooka. I've got the fourth squad right here. I have a 30 caliber machine gun unit, a mortar unit, my lieutenant with the two guys there, and of course the ubiquitous Sherman tank. So what's going to happen is they're going to be entering on this side of the board here. Okay, and what do we have on the other side there? Yep, we have got German troops. Can you imagine that? So, we have got German troops. We've got one squad in this building here. As you can see, we've got these guys lining up here behind the wall. A couple of more guys behind the sandbag emplacement. The remnants of the squad over here. And then over here, we have another squad. Okay, which those guys over there, they are part of that, those guys over there are really part of that squad. I should really have them back here. That would make a little bit more sense. There we go. Okay, so we changed the setup a little bit. We have, notice, we have a medium machine gun there in that nice second story window there. We also have our 81mm mortar team in the protection. And then last but not least, our beloved platoon commander with the assault rifle and a couple of guys there with him. So, looking back, the objective for the Americans, basically, take the village or force the Germans to retreat. It's one of those two objectives. Alrighty. We'll get the Americans to set up shortly. There was something I forgot to mention. Near our beloved platoon leader, we have our Mark IV tank. Yup. Armored support for the Germans. Imagine that. Okay, really fast. American setup. I got two squads on this end of the table. They're probably going to go into the woods here. I have got the mortar and machine gun team and the lieutenant here in this house that you can see here. I've got another squad taking cover behind the rock wall that you're seeing. I've got another squad coming up. Oops. Well, got another squad coming up the roadway there with the tank. So, that's it for the American setup. We'll see what happens. Okay, in bolt action, the way it works, it's not an I go, you go. It is random activation of troops. Each unit gets one order dice. It looks like this. When you pick the unit, when you pick the dice out of some container, which I'll show you in a minute, then you can choose which unit to activate on your team and what order to give it. So in this case here, the Americans have 8 units, the Germans have 7 units. Therefore, we've got 8 American dice, 7 German dice. Now, as far as the OPAC container, well, this is a World War I shell, the genuine article. Okay, too bad there are no markings on it, so I can't tell you anything about that shell. But we're going to put them in like this. Going to shake it up. And then we randomly draw one die out of it to see who gets to go on the first turn. And look, it's the Germans. Okay? So, we'll start from there. Okay. First thing, Germans drew an order. And we're going to give it the fire. So this group here, which will represent the squad for all intents and purposes, are going to fire on those Americans here. They're at extreme range, so the long range thing is going to come into effect. The Americans are in hard cover behind a stone wall. 1 dice for each guy. Base hit to 3, -1 for the range, -2 for the cover. So basically, you need 6s. And here we go. And we got 1 hit. So, we can roll. Is the squad leader in there? No. So we'll roll. Okay. No point roll. That was a bad roll. Let's see. Now we got to see, do they actually hit? Do they actually hit? And, oops, cocked. Reroll. Nope, no effect. All right, that was exciting. Now we're going to go back and get our second, pull a second dice. It's another German. Decisions, decisions. For our second order die, we got an LMG crew that sees those Americans back there. Oh, look, those guys are the stone wall again. Now, these guys get 4 dice for the LMG, but it's the buzzsaw, so they get an extra dice. But they're still long range, and the targets are behind cover, hard cover, so they're going to need 6s to hit. And missed. Okay, that was an exciting turn. So we go in and draw for the next one. Ooh, hey, the Americans. Let's see what they're going to do. Well, for the Americans, the smart thing to do was to give a run order and have them run up behind the woods here. They don't have enough movement to get into the woods. But again, the idea is cover is your friend. Let's see what the next dice roll comes. Okay, we got a technical glitch, but we got another American dice, so we're going to put it on this unit here. We're going to give them a run order. So now normally they would advance 6 inches, but when they run, they can run up to 12. In this case, I'm going to move these guys up behind the woods so that the Germans can't see them. And we'll go back here and we'll see what happens next. And we get another American order. Again, decisions, decisions. Okay, the next decision for the Americans is, okay, we have a 30 caliber machine gun team. We are going to open fire on the light machine gun guys over here. It's within the 36 inches. They are in hard cover. It's 4 dice for the medium machine gun, but they also need 6s to hit. And whiff. Next order. Germans. Once again, decisions, decisions. Okay, German die pulled. We're going to have the mortar crew fire, but here's the thing. What can they fire at? And this is where you get to look to see the periscope. And yeah, it's a little fuzzy, but they can see the target over here. This guy. So that's what they're going to be aiming for. It's indirect fire. They need to roll a 6. Oh, it landed right on there. Too bad there's anybody in there. Anybody in the 2-inch range of this guy? Yeah, the lieutenant down below. Oh, this is not going to be good, but let's check. Let us check. Ooh, yeah, the lieutenant. Even that guy. Oh, wow. Landing a mortar round. Now, we can take a quick look here on the table for our beloved mortar here. Okay, medium AT gun, medium mortar, HE, team fixed indirect fire, HE2 plus. Okay, so, well, Okay, the German 81mm mortar crew fired. They fired into here. There was a hit, which they needed a 6 on a regular 6-sided dice to hit. They rolled, nobody got hit, but it is a high explosive. So these guys have the first official pin marker of the game. Yup, that's 2 hits, 2 pins. Now, pins make it a lot harder for units to activate, to be able to carry out their orders. In this case, it's the lieutenant. Well, we'll see what happens now for our next thing. The Germans again. What are they going to do? Well, I'm going to keep this one fairly simple. I am going to place this squad over here in ambush. That basically means if the Americans come out and they get to see, they get to shoot if they are in the range of it. That makes things a little bit simpler. All right. Next one. Ooh. That's an American. Again, decisions. Okay, so where we left off, we have an American die, and I have a mortar team that needs to fire. So, we're going to fire, and we're going to fire right on this nice German machine gun nest. But we need to roll a 6 on a D6 to make it happen. And, oh my, it happened. Wow, so we're going to be rolling for 3 hits on those guys. Actually, there's also a couple of guys underneath. So, yeah, ooh, wow, ooh, that's going to be, let's roll for the guys first. Are they hit? One guy is hit. Let's see if he's hurt. Ooh, so we got 1 dead German. So one of our MG guys is down. Okay, but the machine gun can still fire at full effect. Let's see what happened to the guy underneath. There's one guy underneath who's in the blast. See, and no effect on him. I rolled a 1, and that's it. Let's see who's up for the next one. German. Okay, decision has been made. These guys will fire on the mortar team. Normally they get 5 dice because they're a medium machine gun, but because it's the buzzsaw, they get 6 dice. -1 because they are a small team. They need at least 4 ups to hit. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 3 hits. All right, let's see. Each guy gets 1. Let's see what happens. All right. Sorry for the interruption. I had to quickly look up, see how to handle that. Mortar crew, 1 guy is out of action. That's the white bead there. They also get the pin marker, making it a little bit harder to carry out orders next turn. And at this point, we're winding down. Let's see, what else do we have for turn 1? And we have a German. Oh yeah, okay. So we got ourselves a German die. Yep, got ourselves a German die, which means the Germans go next. Wow, who is up next for this? Well, I am going to put the lieutenant and his guys on ambush, which means that if the Americans move out and they're part of the turn, then the lieutenant can open fire. I don't have really a lot left for the Germans. I only have like 1 left for the Germans, and now it's up to the Americans. Oh, I got an American force there. Who do I open up on? Well, I am going to have my platoon commander go down, which means it's a nice way of saying I'm going to duck and I'm going to go for cover even more. All right, and we go for the next thing. And we get another American order. So, What to do, what to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have that squad advance. I'm going to have the squad advance out. Maybe not. Well, I'm going to have to hold off on that. I got to make some decisions. Okay. I had to make decisions. So I had this squad run orders, cross the stream, and then they're behind the hill so the Germans can't shoot at them. So now that means figure out who's going next. Who in the world's going next? It's the Germans. Okay, that means my tank goes through. The German tank, there it is. What to do, what to do, what to do. It is, in fact, the last German unit on the board, and the tank can move. I'm going to have him do an advance order. And I'm just going to have him go to the end of the woods here. He gets a free up to 90 degree pivot. So now he's in the front there. So now he's committed himself to it. Which now, for the rest of the turns, I have 3 American units there. And that's, of course, the thing about the game that, you know, once one side is done with all their order dice, then the other guys, they can do whatever they want, which is pretty cool. Okay, so what am I going to have the other guys do? I'll let you know in a minute. Okay, decisions made. Sherman tank has advanced 9 inches, made a free pivot in the process. These guys here, they were the last guys to go. I'm going to open fire on these guys here. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to point out it's long range. They're in hard cover. I've got, let's see, 2 dice for the automatic rifle, 1 dice for the regular Garand. So base 3, long range -1 makes it a 4. And then with hard cover, it's 5, 6. I need 6s to hit. So let's see. No hits, and thus is the end of turn 1 of our game. So far, a couple of casualties, a couple of pins. And this is how the overall table looks at the end of turn 1. As you can see, we'll take the dice out of the way. And then you guys can see what's happening. All right.